Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Jeanine Amapola and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So hello, I am just about to get ready for the day and I just thought that I would get ready with you guys and finally kind of start answering some questions that people have asked me. Now this isn't a Q&A, this is just kind of overall talking about my experience of living in Los Angeles and my kind of truth with that. And people ask me all the time on my Instagram, talk about, living in LA, how is it different from Texas and this and that. And so I kind of wanted to give my perspective on living in Los Angeles and the truth about that. And just kind of get ready with you guys because I love doing get readies with you guys and you often want to see my makeup routine. So here's that. I am going to be straightening my hair because I just, fresh out of the shower, blew dry, it's poofy. So just going to be getting ready with you guys and kind of talking about those things. So if you are new here, I hope you'll subscribe. If not, no worries. My vlog channel is Jeanine TV and I post often on there about my life and way more things in depth. So definitely go check that out. And my Instagram is Jeanine Amapola. So I will have all the products I'm using listed down below and I'm just going to jump right into this and get ready with you guys. So here's my bare face. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is straightening my hair. This is from Hot Shot Tool. If you can get this at Sally's Beauty Supply. And I'm just going to tie the upper half up. But okay, shall we get into this? So if you guys don't know, and if you're new here, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm born and raised in Dallas. I love Dallas. I lived in Austin, Texas for 4 years because I went to college at University of Texas, Hook 'em Horns, and I loved that. But there came a point in my life where I just thought, I just want to move out and do something new in my life. And even though, California wasn't always necessarily the dream. I wanted to move here, but I also thought, I'd be fine if I moved to New York or Seattle or something. I just wanted to move out of Texas once in my life just because I really think that's a good experience. So I decided and took a big leap of faith and decided to move to California. And I honestly felt so much peace about my decision, which is why I did decide to move out here. If I didn't feel peace about moving out here, then I wouldn't have done it. So before I ever moved, I prayed and I prayed and I really weighed all the pros and cons and, just kept asking God, is that where you want me? So I moved out to California and it wasn't the best year of my life. It was great, but I wouldn't say it was the most amazing thing ever because people always say when you move out to California, you're really trying to find yourself and find your group and find out who you are and where you belong and what you're doing. And that was 100% true for me. Was kind of struggling to find my friend group and everything. And I knew a bunch of people before moving out here. So that was really helpful, which made my transition easy. But I didn't find necessarily what I was fully looking for. So immediately when I moved out here, I said I'm going to join a church and I did that. And I wanted to get into a Bible study. That never happened. And so I told myself, if I don't have a Bible study, then I'm going to make one. So I hopped into one and it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. And then I found one this year, which I'll get into that later, that really just changed the game for me. So my first year, I kind of did have this expectation that, I'd have all these friends and I'd be collabing left and right and I would be hanging out with all my, old YouTube friends and this and that. And that just wasn't the case. And I think people move out here expecting oh, it's so easy and everyone's going to be best friends. And that's just not how it is. Whenever people say, there is fakeness within the YouTube scene, it's 100% true. So I just think I realized that I just didn't necessarily care to be friends with a lot of people that I thought I wanted to be friends with because I realized that there was so much fakeness and I realized that people didn't really genuinely care about me. And I'm the type of person I wanted to hang out with people because I wanted to hang out with them. It wasn't because I was oh, let's collab or let's hang out or I'm trying to get your followers. I just genuinely wanted friends out here because I was new and I didn't really, know where I belonged and fit yet. And so I was just trying to be friends with everybody and that didn't go so well because, you just can't. And also in LA, everybody can tend to be very selfish. And if no one has to leave their house, which I 100% understand this now, if you don't have to leave your house, then nobody's going to, you know what I mean? everybody hates the traffic here. So if you can avoid leaving your home and making an extra drive, then you're going to. So a lot of the times that you will find out really who your true friends are if they're really willing to leave their house for you or not. And that was actually really revealing to me, because a lot of the times people would make plans with me and then the last minute they'd be like, oh, I'm feeling sick, and then they would cancel. And I was like, okay, well, that really reveals to me how much you actually prioritize me and everything. So that was pretty eye-opening to me. All right, so my hair is straightened and I'm going to begin doing makeup. And like I said, I'll just have everything listed down below as to what I'm using, but I am going to start using this right here, the Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Vital Pro Infusion. And it's just kind of like a moisturizer, and it really has like some vitamins and stuff in it. I just always put those on before my makeup. But I don't regret moving here, because I have learned so much since living here, and it's almost been a year and 6 months, which is just mind-boggling to me that it's been that long. And I don't regret moving here, but I don't want to live here forever. Definitely not. And I don't want to be one of those people also that's like, oh, LA sucks and everyone sucks here, and it's like, I feel like some people make videos and they're just like, LA is full of fake people and this and that, but like, honestly, yeah, that's true partially, but it just depends on your industry and who you're surrounding yourself with, because I've honestly met some of the best people here, and I just knew and I felt like God wanted me to be in California for a reason. And then when I started finding the right people, and like, honestly, like since moving here, my relationship with God has completely enhanced. Like, it is the best it's been in a long time, and I'm really thankful for that. And like, since moving here, I've found myself more, and I found more freedom and more independence, and also just really am learning to rely on the Lord more. And I mean, I just feel like God has me out here for a purpose. So I met, these girls from this Bible study, and they all happened to go to my church, and I found this incredible church that I decided to get involved with. I have this Bible study leader and a mentor who she really helps me process a lot of things. And then I ended up meeting my boyfriend out here, which I didn't ever think that was going to happen, even though he lives in San Diego. And like, it just, all these things started falling into place. And I just kind of was like, okay, like, I think God has me here for a reason. And even though my parents didn't want me moving here, I was super scared to move here. Even though I like had peace about my decision, I was definitely 100% nervous to move here, because, moving away from home is never easy. Like, you're packing up your entire life, and then you're just like, okay, here's to hoping for the best that, this all falls into place and is what God wants for me. And so the first year, like I said, was really confusing. Right now, I feel like I'm in a really good spot in the sense of like, I do feel like I'm more walking in God's calling, and I'm, around such awesome people, which is a game changer. Like, having my Bible study girls and just good friends that I can tell that are uplifting to me and that are genuinely caring about me and my success and my heart and everything. Like, that has been so much of a game changer for me. And so really just like finding your group and finding your people is awesome. And so even though like I don't hang out with a lot of YouTubers and people within my industry, like, it's kind of fine, because I don't want to hang out with people who don't actually really care about me or don't want to hang out with me. Like, I'm not going to force it. And there are definitely lots of YouTube friendships that I have that I'm really happy about, that, I think they're awesome people. And we don't see each other that much just because people in LA, you live super far away from each other. But like, it's okay, because I still know like that those people are my friends, regardless of whether we hang out or not. I think I just had all these ideas of moving to LA that, like, I was going to collab all the time, and I was going to, do this and do that and all this, but like, it just didn't happen that way. And like, I'm sure, that was more self-inflicted, but I moved out here, and I just think that my priorities changed and my goals changed, and God kind of changed my heart into what I wanted. That's been kind of awesome, because like, honestly, like, I want nothing more than just to live out His will and not just do what I want to do, because that's never going to go over well with me if I'm only just doing what I want to do and I'm never submitting myself to God's plan or will for my life, because at the end of the day, like, He knows what's best for me. But yeah, I do feel like things are finally falling into place here more, to where I feel that God has me here for a reason, and I don't know how long He's going to have me here, and I don't want to live here forever. Like, let me tell you, this place is too expensive, and I seriously, the traffic does drive me nuts. But I love the beauty and the nature here, and there are awesome people here. Like, don't let other people tell you, oh, everyone sucks here, because like, that is the idea that I had when I moved out, and like, that's why my parents didn't want moving out here, because they're like, you're gonna change and you're going to be part of this fake industry and like you're going to be living for money. Like my parents were so scared of me moving out here because they didn't know really what I was going to be involved with, but I've been so careful and so smart about really who I am surrounding myself with and what activities I'm participating in and where I'm putting my money and my time. Like you have to, otherwise you will just get absolutely sucked in. And so yeah, there's going to be good and bad in almost every city, but you have the choice to find the right people and the beauty and the goodness in each city. And just because like California is corrupt or other people think like it's so messed up here, like people in this city still need to hear the gospel. People in this city still need to know who Jesus is, and they still need love, and they still need other people to uplift them, encourage them and everything. And so I think that's why my dad and my mom ended up being okay with me living here, was because they were seeing the fruits that were being grown after me living here and me putting my time and my heart into the right spots, and how much it has honestly grown me and changed me to be a better person. So I'm really just thankful for that, because it shows in a way that my time here was not wasted. And even though my channel hasn't grown nearly as much as it should have YouTube wise, spiritually and mentally and physically, I've grown so much here, and to me that's what makes it worth it. Like it really, really does. And I know that God did not just have me come here for nothing. And so I don't know how long I will continue to live here, just because I don't see myself living here forever and I don't want to live here forever. But I just know that right now where I'm at is a really good spot, and I'm really, really thankful where God has me right now. And so for me, like, that's fine. I have peace about that right now. And just again, like, we'll see where God takes me. But I mean, eventually I do want to move back home, or I do want to move back to the South, because I just can't see myself living here forever. But I absolutely will miss this weather and the beaches here and the mountains. And, you know, it's just, it is so beautiful here. For blush, I'm also using this new one. It's Bare Minerals. That peach though, cute little light peach blush. The truth is, yes, there are fake people. Yes, there are going to be shady people. There are sucky people. There are people who have flaked on me. There's people who have screwed me over. I mean, you name it. Like, there's people that I thought were my friends that were not. Like, so many situations like that have, you know, been really revealing to me. But that doesn't mean that the whole city sucks, or that, you know, the whole YouTube industry sucks. Like, you can find good and bad in anything. But I'm just, like I said, I'm very careful on who I trust and who I spend time with and everything. And I'm just kind of happy with where I'm at. And honestly, like, I just don't have very many friends in the YouTube space anymore, just because I honestly feel like I just don't relate to a lot of people within this industry. And I just don't. And like, whenever I'm hanging out with them, I kind of just sit there, because, and this is also, I'm not talking about like my close YouTube friend circle, because like I wouldn't hang out with my close YouTube friend circle if this is how they were. But when I am around other certain YouTubers and people at events, like, they just complain and whine about the stupidest things, and it's just like very petty, and it's so much gossip and drama and cattiness, and it's very cliquey. I mean, I think the lighting just changed, but I mean, you guys have heard all of it. Like, people here are very cliquey and they're catty, and if you're not part of their friend group already, then they don't let you in. And I just think that's so crappy, because like, I'm a type of person, if I see someone feeling left out or feeling like they don't belong, or like there's no one cares about them, like, I'm not gonna just let that happen, you know? But YouTubers don't care. Like, if you're not cool or popular enough or have enough subscribers, then they're not gonna hang out with you. And I'm just not one of those types of people to do that. So that's kind of honestly why I have distanced myself a lot from the YouTube community, because I just do feel like it is very selfish and self-focused, and it's, so I just like hanging out with more like down-to-earth people. And again, I'm not saying that not a lot of YouTubers are like that, but I just haven't found very many. And there are a handful of YouTubers that I'm really good friends with, that I'm like, this person is awesome, I'll hang out with them every day if I could. But there's a lot of YouTubers that just suck. So yeah, but that's the tea on that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but I have had to distance myself a lot from kind of the YouTube world, because I did see that it was just negative, and it was causing a negative impact on me, in the sense of where I just felt like I was never good enough if I wasn't doing what they were doing, or if I didn't, you know, have the house that they had. And I just was like, that's not what I want. Like, I don't want to just be doing all this because everyone else is doing it. And for my own sanity, I kind of had to take a little bit of a step back. But, you know, again, this is not all of YouTube. There's just people that I've experienced in this that kind of have been like that. So, that's pretty much what I do with my makeup. It's super simple, but I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara, just because a lot of you guys constantly ask me about my mascara. So, My lashes are long because I do use a serum called Rodin and Fields. I'll have it linked down below. It is kind of pricey, and I know there's other ones like BADgal lash. You guys can use your big lash. That's just personally what I use is Rodin and Fields. But I use a combo of multiple mascaras. I'll have these all listed down below. But I do a bunch of different mascaras just because I kind of like them to be fuller and everything. But yeah, I'll have them listed down below. And I do kind of mix match kind of what order I go in. But I'll go ahead and show you guys kind of how I start. So I do start with this one from Bare Minerals. This is the Lashtopia. But anyway, back to kind of what I was saying is just the truth about living in LA is there are good people. And there is goodness in this city. And there's a bunch of awesome, awesome people. You just have to find them. And yeah, dating does suck in LA. I am really blessed to have found somebody who has the same values and morals as me out here and someone who loves the Lord and everything. And I do think that that's why I'm just really, really blessed. And he does live in San Diego and he doesn't care about fame and followers and money and all of that, which is why I think I like him so much. But dating definitely does suck out here and people can suck out here. People can be flaky, but you just have to find your group and find who fits in with you. And I do kind of enjoy hanging out with girls who are off of social media because it makes me feel just kind of like, like take a break. You know, I don't have to talk about followers all the time or whatever, but don't get me wrong. I do love my YouTube friends as well. Like, you know, I love my group as well. I do think it's important to not just completely shun everybody out of your life from YouTube because I would never want to do that. Because I mean, I definitely want to offer everyone a fair chance and, you know, still see the best in everybody and love people and be kind. But I do think that for your own either success or just your sanity or even just for, you know, your walk with Christ, like you have to surround yourself with people who are going to be uplifting you and making you a better person. If they're not, then like just don't do it. Or just hang out with them a little bit less because at the end of the day, like you want to be growing and you want to be becoming a better person. And if you're not, then like change your circle, change your playmates in your playground, change who you hang out with and change where you're hanging out with them. So if that means like you're constantly partying with the same people and you're going to the bars and you're not making good decisions, you're constantly regretting what you're doing, it might be time to be changing your playmates in your playgrounds. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but I've heard that countless times and it is absolutely spot on, dead true. And I've grown so much because I've changed my playmates in my playground. But I'm very thankful to live here even though this place is very expensive. California is expensive. I'm learning the hard way of just like, dang, this is sucking my money dry and it really sucks. But eventually, yeah, I will want to go back home and I will want to buy a house and buy a house I can raise a family in and work from and all of that. And so that's down the road. Right now, I'm very content with where I'm at. I'm really, really happy with where God has me right now. I know that the spot that he has me right now in California is great. And I'm just feeling overall really happy about that and blessed with all the things he's done for me. And so, no, I'm not one here. I'm not going to just sit here and say, oh, California is the worst place ever. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like about it. Like a lot, actually. And that's kind of why I was scared to move here. But it's been okay. And I think that's just because I've been trying to be wise about, again, who I hang out with and what I do and all of that. And so I think that's kind of why I'm in a good spot as far as living out here. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm just going to take this Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette. And I just apply a little bit of these and just kind of blend that. I don't even put primer because I just don't care. But just a little bit of this. And I don't do this every day. I'm just feeling like doing it today. Honestly, normally I just don't even put any eyeshadow on. I rarely wear eyeshadow. The last and final step is, this has been my go-to for the past month or two. It is called the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil from NARS in the shade Good Times. It's just a perfect everyday color. It's matte and it's just super easy to apply on the go and it's not like a liquid lipstick, so it's not like super drying. That is it. So that's kind of what I've been doing for my makeup when I want to feel more glammed. I definitely do not wear makeup every single day. There's a lot of days where I'm working from home or I'm just going to the gym and I'm not wearing makeup. But if I'm going to be hanging out with friends or going to church or whatever, this is typically what I will do. And yeah, I feel good in that and it's pretty easy and I can just knock this out. And I can knock this out in honestly like 10-15 minutes. So there's that. So that's just kind of my makeup routine as well as my thoughts on LA. Again, just to kind of sum everything up, yeah, this city definitely can be difficult and it's not necessarily my most favorite place ever, but I also am very happy with where I'm at and I know that where God has me is great and I'm in a good spot with that, and it's definitely not where I want to be for the rest of my life, but I'm okay with where I'm at right now. There's good and bad to every city. You can find the beauty and you can find great people in every city. But before you decide to make a move anywhere, pray about it, have peace about it, because that's honestly what I did. And having my parents' blessing really, really helped me, even though that was hard to get at first. But I am thankful that I moved out here. I don't regret it. I really think that I've learned so much. I've grown so much as a person here, and I just know that God has me here for a reason right now, and I'm just gonna keep trusting that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will have, again, all the products listed down below in the order I used them, and I really, really love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to check out my vlog channel, Jeanine TV, as well as my Instagram, which is Jeanine Amapola. I interact with you guys on there all the time, so please go check those out as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Peace out, girls. Ciao. Bye, guys.